everything you believe about sleep is wrong. Shocking truth revealed, sleep lies. Everything wrong. You have probably been told that sleep is simple. Go to bed early, close your eyes for 8 hours, and wake up refreshed. So you try. You spend enough time in bed. You turn off the light. You close your eyes. Yet morning arrives and your body still feels heavy. Your brain feels slow, and coffee feels less like a choice and more like life support. Then you assume you failed. Maybe you went to bed too late. Maybe you need 9 hours instead of 8. Maybe you are lazy. Maybe you simply were not born with energy. But the shocking truth is not that everything scientists know about sleep is wrong. It is that many of the rules ordinary people follow are incomplete. They focus on sleep duration while ignoring sleep quality. They focus on bedtime while ignoring the entire day. They focus on becoming unconscious while ignoring whether the brain received the conditions required for genuine recovery. You do not simply sleep because you are tired. You sleep when your brain receives the correct combination of pressure, timing, darkness, calm, and safety. And when those signals conflict, you can spend 8 hours in bed without waking up restored. The first sleep lie is that 8 hours automatically means good sleep. 8 hours only tells you how much time passed. It does not tell you how long you were actually asleep, how often you woke, how deeply you slept, whether your schedule matched your internal clock, or whether your breathing remained stable through the night. Your brain does not remain in one identical state until morning. It moves through repeating cycles of non-REM and REM sleep. Different parts of the night support different forms of physical and mental recovery. So when the night is repeatedly interrupted, you do not simply lose a few minutes. You disturb the sequence your brain was trying to complete. Imagine watching a film that stops every few minutes. You may eventually reach the ending, but the experience never becomes smooth or complete. The sleep can feel the same way. You may not remember every awakening. A sound, a warm room, discomfort, stress, light, movement, or breathing disruption may briefly pull your brain toward wakefulness without leaving a clear memory. The clock still says 8 hours. Your body knows those hours were broken. That is why the better question is not only, how long did I sleep? It is, how continuous and restorative was that sleep? The second sleep lie is that sleeping late on weekends can completely repair a week of poor sleep. After several short nights, you tell yourself you will recover on Saturday. You stay in bed until noon and expect your energy debt to disappear. Extra rest may help you feel better temporarily, but one long morning does not always erase a repeated pattern of insufficient sleep. And when your wake time shifts dramatically, your internal clock may become even less predictable. Then Sunday night arrives. You are not sleepy at your usual time because you woke up late. You stay awake longer. Monday morning arrives early, and the cycle begins again. You call it catching up. Your body experiences changing time zones without traveling anywhere. This is why consistency matters. Your brain learns when to create alertness and when to prepare for sleep by watching patterns. When wake time changes constantly, the pattern becomes difficult to predict. You do not need to wake at the exact same minute every day. Life rarely allows that. But a reasonably stable wake time gives your body one strong anchor. The strange truth is that better sleep may begin not with controlling bedtime, but with protecting morning. The third sleep lie is that alcohol helps you sleep. Alcohol may make you feel sleepy. It may help you fall unconscious more quickly. But sedation is not the same as natural stable sleep. The question is not simply whether you fell asleep. The question is what happened afterward. For some people, alcohol makes the later part of the night lighter and more fragmented. You fall asleep quickly, then wake several hours later feeling hot, thirsty, restless, or unusually alert. You may believe you slept well because you do not remember struggling at bedtime, but the morning tells a different story. Your mouth feels dry. Your head feels heavy. Your mood feels lower. Your energy disappears before the day properly begins. The sleep lie was believing that anything which makes you unconscious must be helping you recover. It is not the speed at which you disappear into sleep that matters most. It is the quality of the night that follows. The fourth sleep lie is that caffeine does not affect you because you can still fall asleep. You drink coffee late in the day and say, "It has no effect on me, I sleep perfectly." But falling asleep is only one measurement. Caffeine can remain active for hours, and people vary in how strongly they respond to it. You may still fall asleep because your body is exhausted while the quality or continuity of that sleep is affected. Then morning comes, you wake up tired, so you drink more caffeine. The caffeine makes the afternoon manageable. But when it comes too late, it may contribute to another weaker night. A poor night creates a caffeinated day. A caffeinated day helps maintain another poor night. Eventually, the cycle stops looking like a pattern and starts feeling like your personality. You say, I have never been a morning person. Perhaps, but before accepting that identity, move your final caffeine earlier for several days and observe what changes. Do not judge only how quickly you fall asleep. Judge how you feel when you wake. Your morning is often the most honest review of your previous afternoon. The fifth sleep lie is that scrolling in bed helps you relax. Your body is still, so you assume you are resting, but your brain is receiving light, movement, novelty, emotion, comparison, conversation, and endless new information. One video makes you laugh, the next makes you angry, the next makes you worried. Then you see someone else's life and begin comparing it with your own. You are physically lying down while your nervous system moves through an emotional obstacle course. That is not always relaxation. Sometimes it is stimulation disguised as rest. And the problem is not only screen light. It is the endless nature of the feed. A book has a final page, a television episode has an ending. A social feed ends only when you decide to leave. Every swipe tells the brain that something new may be coming. Your attention remains in search mode. Then you put the phone down and expect your mind to become silent immediately. But the screen was not calming your thoughts. It was covering them. When the stimulation stops, every unfinished worry returns at once. Tomorrow's work, the message you have not answered, the conversation you keep replaying, the fear you avoided all evening, and now you believe the bed causes overthinking. The truth may be that bedtime is simply the first moment your brain has been left alone all day. The sixth sleep lie is that feeling exhausted means you are ready to sleep. You can feel physically destroyed and still be mentally alert. Your body may be tired while your nervous system remains activated by stress, pressure, worry, or unfinished emotion. Exhaustion is not the same as calm. A body can collapse into bed while the brain continues scanning for danger and solving problems. This is why people often feel tired all day but strangely awake at night. During the day, responsibilities keep them moving. They suppress what they feel because there is no time to process it. Then the room becomes quiet. The brain finally has space. And everything postponed throughout the day begins speaking at once. The solution is not to force yourself to stop thinking. The solution is to give your thoughts somewhere to land before your head reaches the pillow. Breathe out tomorrow's main tasks down. Write the worry your brain keeps repeating. Write the one problem you cannot solve tonight. Then give yourself permission to leave it there. Your brain often repeats information because it is afraid you will forget it. Putting it on paper tells the mind this has been stored. You do not need to carry it all night. The seventh sleep lie is that you can force sleep by trying harder. You look at the clock. You calculate how many hours remain. You tell yourself, I must fall asleep now. Then you monitor every minute. Am I sleepy yet? Why is this not working? How tired will I feel tomorrow? Sleep becomes an examination you are afraid to fail, but effort creates alertness. The harder you chase sleep, the more closely your brain watches for evidence that sleep has not arrived. You cannot threaten your nervous system into calm. You cannot command your mind to feel safe. Sleep is not something you capture through force. It is something you allow by removing the conditions that keep you alert. So how do you fix these sleep lies tonight? Not with 20 complicated rules, not with an expensive device, not by creating another routine so strict that bedtime becomes stressful. Use 3 clear signals. First, close the day before you enter the bed. For 30 to 60 minutes, lower the lights and reduce stimulation. Move the phone away from your pillow. Stop working. Avoid introducing problems that cannot be solved tonight. Write tomorrow's priorities down so your brain no longer needs to hold them. Choose one quiet activity with a natural ending, a warm shower, a few pages of reading, gentle stretching, or preparing what you need for the morning. You are giving your nervous system a runway because sleep is not a switch. Sleep is a landing. Second, protect tomorrow's wake time. Get up near the time you planned, even if the night was not perfect. Open the curtains, seek natural light when possible. Move gently and let your body understand that the day has begun. A stronger morning signal can help your internal clock create a clearer night signal later. Day should feel like day, night should feel like night. Your brain needs the contrast. Third, stop judging sleep only by the clock. 8 hours is not a guarantee. 6 hours is not a badge of strength. Sleeping late is not always recovery. Falling asleep instantly is not always proof of healthy sleep. Start observing patterns. When did you have your final caffeine? Did alcohol change how often you woke? Did you scroll until the last minute? Was the room dark, quiet, and comfortable? Was your wake time consistent? Did your body feel safe, or did you carry the entire day into bed? These questions help you understand sleep without turning it into an obsession. And there is one final truth that matters more than every routine. Not every sleep problem can be fixed through habits alone. Persistent exhaustion may be connected to insomnia, sleep-disordered breathing, medication effects, physical or mental health conditions, or other causes requiring proper evaluation. If you regularly sleep for enough time but remain exhausted, snore heavily, wake up gasping, experience morning headaches, or struggle to remain awake during important activities, speak with a qualified healthcare professional. Do not allow a motivational video to convince you that every tired morning is your fault. Sometimes your body is not asking for greater discipline. It is asking for real medical attention. So no, everything you believe about sleep is not literally wrong, but many of the rules you were given are incomplete. 8 hours does not always equal recovery. Sleeping late does not always erase sleep debt. Sedation is not the same as healthy sleep. Falling asleep after caffeine does not prove it had no effect. Scrumming is not always relaxation. Exhaustion is not the same as sleep readiness, and sleep cannot be forced through pressure. Your brain is not betraying you. It is responding to the signals you repeatedly give it. Give it morning light, and it better understands the day. Give it rhythm, and it learns when to prepare for rest. Give it fewer stimulants late in the day, and it has less to fight at night. Give it a clear ending, and it can stop carrying tomorrow into bed. Give it darkness, comfort, and safety, and sleep has space to arrive. The shocking truth is not that sleep is impossibly complicated. It is that sleep begins long before bedtime. It begins with the way you wake, the way you use caffeine, the way you carry stress, the way you end the day, and the way you respond when sleep does not come immediately. So tonight, stop trying to control every minute of sleep. Control the signals surrounding it: a brighter morning, a steadier rhythm, an earlier caffeine cutoff, a quieter final hour, a bedroom that means recovery. A mind that knows nothing more must be solved tonight. Because better sleep does not begin when you finally become unconscious. It begins when your brain believes the day is over, the world can wait, and it is safe to let go.